Hello guys, and this should have been done a long time ago in fact. But yeah, I'm going to be reviewing the Deadmau5 album, while one is less than two. Yeah. It was actually released back in June, I think, or July. It depends on what format or where you were living at. I don't know. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna start by saying that I think that this is. I'm just gonna go on and say that this is this is good, but it's not really like the people. I don't want people to like go into this thinking that this is like 2008. That all people like they're like the fans. All they care about is Old Mouse, and all they care about is like ghosts and stuff and strobe. Those are fine, okay, but I mean, come on. You can't go into every like new Deadmau5 album thinking that it's gonna be the good old times. No, it's not. It's not going to be like that. This is going to be different, just like everything else he's made. So that's how it's gonna be. And you can't go in there looking for like smash hits or anything like that, okay? So this is it. It's an interesting album. It's actually really long, by the way. You probably already know that. It's 2 discs. You might be wondering why I even bought a physical copy. Like, isn't that old-fashioned? I like to do that anyway. I like to have a physical copy. Because, you can play it in the car. For example, like, our car's old, so we don't have a USB, like, plug-in so you can play music from your iPod or something like that. We don't have that. So, yeah. Basically, the cover art is pretty cool. I guess I kind of like it, but I think the old one was cool. The older one, the album title goes here. You might have seen my review. I don't know. That I think has a better looking front because you have the I don't even know what you call this, like the holographic like 2 pictures sort of thing from like different angles or whatever. So yeah, it has the inside is inverted from the outside. And then you have a bunch of text here, which is actually pretty humorous, and I like it, and it makes sense. Like if you watch his channel, then he mentions things like coffee runs and Tim Hortons and stuff. So yeah, that's all Canadian things, whatever. 2 discs, yes, where 1 disc is an hour long, the first disc, and the second disc is 2 hours long. Yeah, and it all adds up to. No, 2 hours long. I mean, an hour and a half. So yeah, it all adds up to about 2.5 hours, and a lot of it's really good. I should also mention that there's 4 singles on here. The only one I really know out of the singles is Phantoms Can't Hang, but there were 4 that were released on SoundCloud not too long ago. I think at the beginning of the year, and then he removed them in February because he was gonna make this, and he wanted. I don't know really why he did delete it, but he did. That's how it is. Whatever. So yeah, this is an interesting album. Is it like his old stuff? Kind of. Is it new? Yeah, it sort of is. Like, I could compare, for example, the starting song, like in the album title goes here. I'm not quite sure what it's called, and then you have Avaratia. Do I need to? I don't. Okay, Avaratia, and I think that's a much better opening song because I don't know. It gets like it gets the mood going like better. Like, how should I put it? It builds up much better. And actually, right away, you can start. You can see this, like you notice some of the build-ups and similar sort of like rhythm things from like some chords or is the other one complications? I'm not quite sure, but yeah, definitely some chords. You will notice that there's the beginning part of some chords on here, and you might like that, and actually, for the Old Mouse fan, that might be kind of cool. So if you are an Old Mouse fan, you actually might find some enjoyment out of this album, which is a good thing. Also, there are 2 remixes on this album. The first one is Ice Age, and the second one is Survivalism, and Survivalism is by 9 Inch Nails. And out of those 2, I think they're totally different. Okay, it's because it's like Deadmau5 only remixed them, so he maybe like changed some of the you know, whatever pacing or some crap like that. But yeah, I prefer survivalism just because I think Nine Inch Nails is pretty cool. I am not like the biggest fan, but I think some of their music is pretty good, and I think Deadmau5 did a damn good remix with that one. And they're both on different CDs. And talking about the CDs, I think Disc 1, which only has 10 songs, compared to Disc 2, which has 15. I think Disc 1 is more for, like, it's sort of like a day and night thing. That's the best I can describe it. Disc 1 is more for the day, and Disc 2 is more for the night. Because Disc 1 is more of a upbeat kind of thing, and it has probably the tracks you like more on Disc 1. More of the high pace, you know, exciting songs. While Disc 2, besides maybe Survivalism and Sia, but which by the way is probably considered the best song on this album, and yeah, I'll go into that later. And Disc 2 is more of it's slower pace and sort of more like a night driving sort of album. That's the best I can. This is the best I got for you. So yeah, but I think from what I've read online, I think people enjoy the first one more, for those obvious reasons that, you know, it's better to listen to, and you know, the thing that's great about Deadmau5 is that when you're listening to his music, you sort of get into it, you know. You get into his music, let's say you're doing some work or something, or, you know, you're reading something online, you sort of get into the music that he makes, and, you know, that's kind of great, because it makes it easy to listen to, and there's nothing wrong with that, of course. But I have a list of a few music tracks from this particular album that I really like. I already mentioned Avartia. The next one is My Pet Koala Canth. It's good for two reasons. The first reason is it has a great like rhythm to it. It's like almost perfect, and it's just the same like 2-second thing repeated and just getting like there's not much change to it, and it just gets a bit louder and louder and louder. But of course, the best part of the song is the sample, like the fuck. That's the best part, because it comes from, you might have heard of the Tourette's guy before, and it comes from that. Like, if you go on YouTube, you can probably search up the clip of that sample, and it's hilarious, because, like, the first time you hear it, it catches you off guard, and that's hilarious. Like, I think when I first heard it, I, like, laughed my ass off, and I think it comes in about 3 times in the song, but, yeah, it's good, and I think it works, and it's good because he uses it to, like, you know, like, boost the song up again into, like, the higher, sort of, like, more exciting part. Yeah. The next one is Infra Turbo Pig Kart Racer, which probably should be turned into some kind of video game in the future. Yeah, this is a good one. I looked up online, it's like, this is, like, the perfect 9-minute tuner or whatever. It has that new wave sound to it. It's super repetitive. Please don't complain about it being repetitive. This is house music. It's going to be repetitive. It's always been repetitive. Don't complain about it now. See, it has a new wave sound to it. It's really awesome. It's like great, like fast driving music. That's, and you know, this is a great name for the track, and it has like race car sounds in the background and stuff. And so yeah, synth-esque, you know, like 80s sounding. It's good. You'll probably like it no matter, you know, whatever, if you're a fan of the old stuff or not really. Phantoms Can't Hang, which is my personal favorite. How should I put it? It sounds like kind of old, but it also sounds like something he like did like for the newer stuff. Like it doesn't really sound that old, but it's typical house. It's done very well, and it connects to the song after that, which is Gula. The final track, that's the Phantoms Can't Hang is track 9, but track 10, it connects right, like, perfectly. Those two blend together very well and create a satisfying end to the first disc, which is really good. Creep, which I should have already mentioned earlier. Creep is, I believe, an old one that he made, like, years ago. It's sort of like a deep melody sort of thing. It's more. It's not. It's more of like the calmer sounding tracks, and that's kind of good. You've probably heard it from years ago, and it's fine. It's not my favorite, but it's pretty. It's pretty good. Let's see. Another song that's considered one of the best is Mercedes, or Mercedes, whatever. It's Mercedes. I don't know. What do you actually call that car brand? What's the pronunciation anyway? Yeah, it's progressive and like progressive house sort of stuff, and it's quite good. It's not. It's kind of similar to Infra Turbo Pig Kart Racer in the sense that it's really repetitive, but it's really good. It has that sort of like lower like tempo-ness. It's not like as wild as the first disc, and so yeah, it's kind of it's basically just a slightly more relaxing version of Infra Turbo Pig Kart Racer. And yeah, the next song is Bleed, and Bleed is an old one, I believe, as well, and I think I like it more than Creep. I'll have to go listen back to those songs again. I have to compare the two. But yeah, Bleed is good. It's old. It's as old as Creep, and they both have similar names, and yes, you can confuse them a lot. The last song I want to talk about is Sia, which I was going to mention earlier. Sia is awesome because it has the girl who sings it. I think her name is Sia, which is pretty damn funny considering the song name. And yeah, she does a really good job singing it. And I think the song sounds great. I mean, it doesn't sound much like Deadmau5, but it's quite good, and it's sort of Daft Punky like, the beat or whatever. It's a bit Daft Punky like, but that's a good thing. It's still original. I mean, there's no rip off of anything. That would be stupid. But yeah, Sia's great. Everyone should like that, and that's pretty much it. Now, what I can say is I guess I can narrow down my 5 favorite songs. This is in no order except for Phantoms Can't Hang, but no order. Avartia, My Pet Koala Synth, Infra Turbo Kart Racer, Pigs Can't Hang, and Sia. Those are my 5 favorite. There you go. Well, sorry about that. The camera down on me, whatever. So yeah, top 5 songs. That's what I think. And that's basically my review. What can I say? What would I give it? It's kind of hard. I listened to it quite a lot. I think I listened to it about 6 times over the past week. So I think I will give it a. If I would give album title goes here, probably around a 7 out of 10. This would probably be an 8 out of 10. So yeah, it's good. I recommend it. If you're a Deadmau5 fan, if you're a true Deadmau5 fan and you don't, I'm going to be honest, he wants to make music he doesn't really care about the masses. It's what makes him unique is that he is the one, he makes the music he wants to make, and he doesn't care about whatever other crap is trendy or whatever. He doesn't make the music for the fans. He makes it for himself and then releases it, and if people like it, if you're a true fan, and you like what he makes and you respect what he makes, then you will probably end up liking this CD regardless. Even if there are multiple songs you might not like because they don't sound old or whatever. But if you are willing to actually try and listen to this without complaining, without listening to all the hate crap, then you will probably end up liking this in the end. Thanks for watching this review, and please, tell me your thoughts in the comments. And please don't tell me that this is some stupid review because I'm giving my opinion. That's basically what a review is. What can I say? This is how I feel about the CD. But yeah, thanks for watching. Check out other videos I've made. And yeah, goodbye.